I have information on that volleyball team.
Oh yeah.
Wait, expand.
Should
Yeah.
we start now?
Are we starting?
I thought we've been going.
It's been recording, but I don't know where we could jump in on a
We
good.
could just start now. So you know how
Start it like 3 years ago.
Okay. Anyway,
Good stuff.
you know how like, have you ever traveled like out of Spokane and
No.
there's like either a team like some sports team is like traveling, not like a big NFL or major sports team, but like one of the colleges.
And like you see them or
Yeah, they're on your flight.
I've seen people like in the airport, but never like
Not a
on my flight.
Really? Okay, because
Yeah,
I've had it
I think
happen
so.
at least like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Usually it's like a basketball team, and Sam and I last time we were traveling to. I want to say it was either Omaha or maybe I'm thinking of the time we went to Colorado for Christmas. There was I want to say it was like Portland or something like that. They just played Gonzaga, and like the next day they were flying out. But there was this women's volleyball team that was on our flight,
Yeah.
and I didn't recognize the name, and it was
Towson.
I think it's Towson.
T-O-W.
Nebraska.
Towson.
They flew from Denver to Spokane.
But they're from Maryland. Anyway, I was kind of curious, why they're flying to Spokane, but they're actually. This kind of seems stalkerish now that we know all this stuff, but
Yeah.
they are going to Pullman, so they got on a bus.
Oh, wow.
So Sam actually pulled up like right in front of them yesterday. After
Really?
he pulled up right in front of them after he went to grab the truck to meet me and Sophie.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, so he grabbed the truck and he parked right in front of them, and then this big bus came and they got on the bus, and I was like, interesting, like they're getting on this big bus. I'm like, because they're a team.
Why is a volleyball team getting on a bus?
A big bus. Anyway, well, I found out they're
I gotta
playing.
know.
They're playing 3 teams in Pullman.
Jeez.
One of them is Washington State. The others are BYU and UC Irvine.
They're playing BYU in
Pullman.
Pullman?
Yeah.
So
Why would they play BYU in Pullman?
I don't know.
Is there a BYU
They don't
want
want to go to Utah.
No, they're playing the actual BYU, like the team from Utah.
Yeah.
That's just interesting that they came up there for it.
Yeah.
Well, then I thought, does Pullman not have an airport?
And then I
A
thought...
very small one, I think.
So
and then I thought, where are they sleeping tonight?
I gotta know more about it.
to know.
So then I looked up hotels. Just kidding. No. But I was like, dang, so they just flew. They got in at 10:30. What did we land?
10:45.
10:45, and then they probably had to drive
Yeah. Through the night.
like
Man,
an hour 45. Tough
Why?
life.
You're like calling all the hotels around there. Hey, do you guys have a volleyball team with like 15, 20 girls?
And then I thought,
Tall,
wait,
athletic, volleyball.
Then I
You know
thought,
the type.
and then I thought, wait a minute. I thought there was only 6 people on a volleyball court. So why is there
How many
20?
teams do
Why
they
is there
have?
so many people on this team? Anyway, but
It was funny because... Go ahead.
I was gonna say probably what you were gonna say was why do they have so many people?
Oh.
man.
No, it was just funny when we were... like, we got to our gate in Denver, and then it was like... He's like, I think there's a team traveling. And we were like... I said, I think basketball or volleyball, because they were all tall.
Oh, yeah.
Most of them.
A good majority
And then
of them.
their shirt said volleyball, so that was a pretty easy
giveaway.
investigation. Not as hard as what he had to do to figure out they were driving to Pullman.
No, I didn't have to figure out anything. I just looked up their schedule.
I just tracked them online with my Google AirTag.
I just looked up the license plate of.
Throw it on the bus. We'll check in later.
Hey, yeah, you guys are good. Tap the back of the bus.
Hey, good job at volleyball.
Actually, if you do want to know the record, they are 6-1 on the year.
They're back-to-back champions.
Yes, they're
Are they?
back-to-back champions. So
Wow. Well, now I get why you were.
Hey, you're back-to-back champions. Good job.
Thank you.
they've beaten really nobody. Fairleigh Dickinson.
Well,
Fairleigh Dickinson?
They're the team.
wow.
They're the guys that beat Purdue in basketball.
Yeah.
Fairleigh Dickinson. Oh, the
remember
NCAA.
that.
The one that Giuliano got right.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty good.
Anyway, so
That's pretty
Too bad his bracket was bad 4 rounds before that.
anyway, good luck to the women's Towson, Maryland volleyball team.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you have one supporter here.
He saw you at the airport. And boy, did he see you.
Well, they were kind of tall, so it was kind of hard to not see them. So
That's funny.
anyway, that was just something I wanted to bring up really to you, Pat. Cause we were looking,
Yeah.
well,
Nice,
I
nice.
was.
I finally have closure. Thank you.
Yeah, I know you were staying up.
Now you can sleep at night.
Yeah. Well, apparently
Right.
he's not going to be sleeping tonight.
Oh my gosh.
So.
Yeah. Yeah. One of them was sitting in front of me on that plane, and then
And
I
you
get
couldn't
home.
see the front of the plane.
No idea where we were going. I got home and noticed a piece of gum like wedged onto the clip. Like my backpack has 2 clips that go across your waist. It was like shoved in there.
Ew.
And I was like, I bet it was those freaking volleyball girls.
Gross.
Oh, like so it was dangling and like.
I had my backpack underneath my seat
Oh.
on the airplane, and I mean, maybe not. I'm just drawing conclusions.
No. It was probably them. Gross.
They think they can do
Them and-
anything since
That's
they're back-to-back
actually
Them
kinda
in
champions.
there because they're
It was
super
gross.
tall.
Did you sell it to Gianluca?
Ew, no, I don't want it. Anyway,
funny.
we are back.
Yeah.
We're filming the day before
Yeah.
football.
Yes. Day
So-
before Giuliano goes out of town for like 5 days too.
Yeah. Well, I'm coming back Sunday morning.
Church.
No. We might have church out there, so
Nice.
Sunday afternoon.
Where are you going in? Oh, you're right. You're going with the thing with Gilchrist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that thing. Yeah, that should be pretty fun because it's like a ride on the water. They don't have any boats out there or anything, but I'll bring my inflatable paddleboard.
Nice.
There you go. That's pretty much a boat.
It's pretty much a boat. And then I don't know. They have a dock that we can jump off and stuff, and they have a pool table maybe. Yeah, they have a pool table,
Nice.
so it'll be fun. Lots of card games and stuff, and smoking cigars.
You know, Pat and I played our fair share of games.
Yes. Oh,
Games when we were
Dude,
out
games
in-
are fun.
When
Games
we were
are-
out in Colorado,
This just in.
we played a lot of Catan.
Oh, man,
I love
Catan's
Catan.
fun.
We gotta play
We-
we gotta play some more Catan games.
Okay, I was trying to remember. Was it after the concert?
When we stay up till 2?
Yeah.
No. It was
was the
not
night
after the
before.
concert. It was
It was Sunday night.
yes.
Because
Or no, either a Saturday or Sunday night.
No, it was Sunday because I wasn't there.
Yeah,
Saturday.
you're right. You were.
But I was trying to remember because I was only there for 2 nights. And I was like, I think we did something else Sunday. But I don't remember where we were, and then we got home, and it was like 11. We were like, Catan?
So we played a
Nice.
game of Catan,
Yeah.
and then we played a game of, and that was your first game of playing it. We played a game called Raccoon Tycoon.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And it's like,
it is so much fun. It's like stocks.
yeah.
Betting on
It's
stocks.
very
What's-
simple.
Oh,
It's-
betting on stocks? What the heck?
Well, you're not betting on actual stocks, but that's basically what the game is. So it's like there's 5 resources, and you invest in, you'll invest in like the resource, and it'll raise the price of it, and then you also get some of that resource or a different like resource back. So and then you want to sell those resources when they're high, so you get money, so you can purchase certain stuff or bid on certain stuff.
Interesting.
So it was really fun. Definitely,
Yeah.
I want to go and purchase it because I think Papa would like it and
Oh,
stuff like
probably,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
it was fun.
Catan was really fun. Were you there the night we played? So yeah, that was the night we played until 2 a.m. We played with games with Father Augustine too. He was the one that showed us how to play Raccoon Tycoon.
He knows the wildest games.
He
yeah.
does.
Doesn't he? No, never mind. That was different.
Okay.
Div Priest.
But he also played. He showed us this game that's like Uno called. I think it's called Boomo.
Sorry. Is that you or me?
No, it was you. But sorry,
Okay.
potentially.
Oh.
Anyway,
He
he
showed
showed us
me-
this game called Boomo. It's kind of like Uno, but you have like lives and there's like a ticking bomb and
Oh,
stuff like
that's
that.
cool.
So that was a fun game. But he's really good at Catan too. We definitely played one of the best games I've ever played of Catan. Where near the end of the game we were all about to win within like maybe a couple turns.
Oh, dang. Who had the longest road?
I think at the time I had it for a moment by accident because I was even going for it and like I kind of had it, but
That's
I think
my like default. Whenever I'm
Yeah.
losing, I'm like, I'll go for longest
longest
Yeah,
road,
yeah.
yeah. Sophie, I think Sophie had it, and then I forgot who else was playing. I think Nicholas had it. But yeah, so Father's good. It was nice to see him. We went on
Yeah.
a long hike,
That's good.
stuff like that. So
Did you guys go up those stairs?
Oh,
I did. He didn't go on.
You
it.
didn't go on
I
it?
didn't. That was Sunday night, so I had like flown all day.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
just like, yeah, everyone's like, why aren't you doing it? And I was like, I would, but not tonight. Like, not
Also,
today.
no one really told him that we were going to
Yeah.
hiking and stuff.
Like, I could have known, like, oh, it's Colorado. That's all they do there. I should pack for this.
Oh,
But,
Should've
and like,
known.
I could have done it in my tennis shoes, but Gina wanted senior pictures while I was there. And
Oh,
so I
Wow.
went with, it was me, Benji, Gina, Caleb, Bruggs, and Clara went to Garden of the
Oh,
Gods.
Caleb was there?
Yeah.
Nice.
It was pretty cool. I'll show you pictures It was
Just of Caleb, though. Please.
I had those. Yeah, but it's cool. Just red rocks everywhere. That's the
Nice.
thing.
Man.
You know,
And yeah,
Wish I had red
so-
rocks around here.
gotta get me
Um,
some red rocks.
But I did the incline with Aunt Jeannie, Mrs. Bruggs, Nicholas, Ruth, and
did it?
Aaron. Yeah, and Aaron did it.
Nice.
She made it all the way.
Aaron did it? Wow.
Yeah, she made it
Halfway.
halfway. She made it halfway, and then walked out. And she's 8 months pregnant. She also did the hike the day before with us, and that was not an easy hike either. And we did several stops because obviously she's pregnant, but like she was crushing it. So
Yeah.
um,
Props to Aaron.
but yeah, huge props, Aaron. Huge
That baby's
respect
gonna come out running
to that
Yeah,
baby.
off the
literally.
incline.
That baby's gonna be a freaking athlete. So.
That is awesome.
But we did the incline, and then I timed mine at like 65 minutes. Do you remember your time when you did it, Giuliano?
Don't.
Okay, because I know I was 2 minutes behind you. The first time we did it, I know I was 2 minutes behind you, and I want to say you did it under 50 minutes, maybe, or maybe it was under an hour, and you did 58.
I think it was around an hour somewhere.
Yeah, and this time I did like an hour 5, so really it was only like
You did it
5.
slower or fast?
I was slower by a
Slower?
couple minutes.
Okay. Yeah. Dude,
but-
I remember I thought I could freaking jog up the whole thing, and I tried.
which is crazy because I didn't jog at all this time,
Oh yeah.
God.
and I forgot that I did last time
Well, it's
because we
probably-
both did.
It's probably like a give or like you jog and you're like, okay, I'm gonna do it, and then you get so tired that you walk so slow
Mhm.
up the
Yeah.
rest of it. So
Yeah.
probably
Ruth-
a steady
Ruth
pace.
did.
She was.
I don't know if she jogged the whole way, but she jogged to start out.
Oh, nice.
The thing I did this time that I didn't do last time was I went back down the stairs.
Oh, really?
But I only did halfway. So I was so tired by the time I got to the top that when you get to the top of the incline, there's 2 ways to get back down. You go back down the stairs or you go back to switchbacks, which the switchbacks are like, it's like a 2-hour walk. Basically, it's 4 miles.
It's 4 miles
4
as
miles.
opposed to the stairs are a mile.
Yes.
So that tells you how steep the stairs are.
Mhm.
Yeah. How many stairs are there?
2,500 or something.
I don't know actually how many stairs there are, but I did have my watch with me, and it told me that it was longer than a mile.
Huh.
So, but my highest like heartbeat was at like 180.
Dang.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was crazy. But I almost reached that when we were doing the Bishop's Castle, which we'll get to
wow.
in a second.
Oh yeah.
With Bishop's Castle.
Oh, we'll tell you about that.
Boy.
Do we have a
I don't
castle
want
to
to
tell
hear it.
you?
I don't want to hear it.
It's a castle that was built, I don't know,
By a
100 years
bishop?
ago or whatever. Yes.
Wow.
No, maybe it's not that long ago.
I don't think
'Cause he's
it's
still
that-
alive.
Yeah,
How many years ago?
he said 100, but then we were like,
a
wait, he's still-
lifetime.
A lifetime.
Because the guy's almost dead or something. But he, it's this castle that's like not sturdy at all.
It doesn't apply to
Like,
OSHA rules.
No,
whatsoever.
it's on private property, so there's no OSHA rules or anything. And so you're going out, and there's like no railings on this stuff. I'll show you some stuff, and I can put them up on
Dang,
the
the
thing.
First Time Homebuyer Association would not approve.
That's what it looks like from the outside.
Oh wow. I mean, oh wow.
There's this sphere at the top, and it like you climb all these steps that are like pretty steep going up. Some of them have no railings, and then you
Dang.
like the sphere is not attached to the outside structure, so it's like it can move. And
Yeah.
Benji really tested that. He was shaking it a lot.
God.
Gianluca was freaking out.
Dang, that
Well,
was
yeah,
a lot. That looks
but-
pretty cool.
Benji kept shaking it, and then I don't know.
And then
It's
there's
going
no
on.
railings on this part. Like Benji
Oh
just
my
walked
gosh.
down there.
No
I was like,
railings.
he's just walking around. I was like, dude,
Yeah,
that's yeah, like one false step and you are down to the ground.
So I do have
Dang.
I have a little thing.
How
From
is that like? How can
Wikipedia.
that be a tourist attraction if it's that sketchy?
Well, no one's died on it.
You have to say
Oh.
sign waivers.
Nope.
Nope.
You enter at your own risk.
Yeah.
They have tons of signs like you got to know what you're doing here.
Yes. So let me
know
tell
how
you.
to walk.
Let me give you a little bit of background here. So Bishop bought the land for the site for $450
Oh,
when he was 15 years old.
wow.
Stories.
Stories and construction on what was originally intended to be a family project to build a cottage. It started in 1969. After Bishop surrounded the cottage with rocks, several neighbors noted that the structure looked something like a castle. Bishop took this into consideration and soon began building his castle. In 1988, Bishop's third child, 4-year-old Roy, was killed in a logging accident at the castle site. When Bishop was asked in 2016 why he continued to build the castle, he replied, "Well, what am I going to run to? He loved this place."
So Bishop wasn't an actual bishop?
No. It's his last name.
Oh, it was his last name.
Mhm.
Okay.
It says Bishop was engaged in a running battle with Washington bureaucrats over the rocks that he used, which came from the national forest surrounding his property. Bishop felt that they were his for the taking. The government wanted to charge him per truckload. That dispute has been settled. In 1996, he was challenged by the local and state government over the unsanctioned road signs that pointed to the site. They settled the dispute by issuing official road signs.
Wow.
The site has become a tourist attraction, and roadsideamerica.com rated it major fun.
Major fun. Bishop's Castle. Dang.
But yeah, so there was another dispute in the winter of 2014-15. A dispute developed over the control of the castle after Jim Bishop and his wife Phoebe were both diagnosed with cancer. And David Merrill, who Jim considered a friend, was made a trustee of Bishop Castle. Let's see. No, it doesn't say that they... a song about the castle called Fire Breathing Dragon is featured on the 27 album The Castle Builder by English musician Kid Carpet.
Huh.
Cool.
Interesting. Anyway.
The incline is 2,744 steps.
Wow. Did you skip any of those?
I did. I skipped them all.
Wow. Well,
No.
that's like one step then.
So yeah, that was Sunday and Monday or Tuesday. Monday was the concert. Concert was really fun.
Yes. Red Rocks is awesome.
Red Rocks is awesome. I kind of
take.
thought. Oh, what were you gonna say?
Hot take.
Yeah. What?
Oh, Red Rocks is awesome.
Oh, hot take.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like waiting for you to tell it. No, I thought Red Rocks, because it's a pretty famous venue. I'd say at least anytime I
Yes.
told somebody I was going to Red Rocks, they were like, "Oh my gosh, I'm like so jealous." Like
They-
it's
yeah.
very well known.
Yes.
But I thought it'd be bigger, but it only holds 9,000 people or close to 10,000 people.
Yeah.
And the gorge.
The gorge is 27,000.
27,000 people.
Oh, wow.
So
Oh, wow.
that's just puts that
That's
in
us,
perspective.
Colorado.
Yeah.
What you gonna do about it?
Build bigger rocks. Anyway, it's pretty much a hike to get up to Red Rocks.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
But
Dang.
no, it was a good
That's
time,
very
good
cool.
concert. Gregory Allen had these two giant screens, like that were like, they showed the close up of the the artist or whatever singing, and each shot that was shown on there, you could literally probably pause that, and it would have been like,
It
oh
was
my gosh,
so
look at the
good.
cinematography on this. And they also had these drones going above the concert.
one drone.
What? Oh,
One drone.
are you sure it's one drone?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Anyway,
It was Pat. Pat was flying
Pat was
his drone.
Pat was freaking out because
Oh man. First time we were sitting next to Michael Ochoa.
Oh, yeah.
And like the first time it goes, he's like, "Oh my gosh, it's a drone!" And we're like looking all around, and I'm like trying to figure out where it is based on the shot. And then like a few shots later, I was like, "Oh, there it is!" And I found it flashing.
Nice.
But
the first time I was really trying to hide. I feel
yeah,
like
it was way back. I don't think anyone could have seen it unless they were on the other side.
it was pretty high too.
Yeah.
So, but no, it had really cool shots of that. Trying to think what else. The concert itself was really good. Lots of flashing lights and
Oh, it was really good. Yeah.
Aunt Jeannie drank a little too much. She threw up.
Did she really?
Yeah.
So
Into a cup that she wanted to bring home.
Yep.
Ew.
Yeah.
Why would- it's an outdoor venue.
What do you mean by that?
She could have thrown up outside.
No,
Oh,
you
no.
definitely would not want to. She
No.
actually, I will say, she was very quiet about it because
Mm-hmm.
the only reason I knew that she was throwing up was because I looked over next to her and she was like up next to the cup, like
Yeah.
throwing up, and I knew she was throwing up because, well, before that she had been quiet for so long, and previously
Yeah.
she was pretty loud
Yeah.
because they had been drinking, like they pre-gamed before.
That is so funny.
And so she had been quiet for a good 30 minutes, and then by the time when she did that, I was like, oh, she's throwing up.
Yeah.
And then but she was quiet, which was cool, and then I started to smell it and I was like, oh man,
Ew.
this is
Jeez.
gross.
That is disgusting.
Yeah, I kind of the rest of the concert I was like, dang, this smells pretty bad.
Dang. Brutal.
Yeah, so
That's pretty funny.
and then I could tell Michael was a little drunk.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he honestly remembered my name because usually he calls me Giuliano, but
That's
then he
funny.
said
But
Gianluca.
then later he was like, "Oh, you two live together, right?" I was like, "No, that used to be his brother." And I."
Yeah.
You know.
So,
I
but
see.
at least the first time he did call me Gianluca, and then he didn't. He never really did call me Giuliano.
Yeah.
So
Dang.
there was a little bit of
Yes.
not dispute, but
disturbance
in the crowd.
Yeah. We were basically, our group were in 2 different rows back to back, and there were there were the 5 of us that went in the van, there were the 5 that came in the truck, and then the V Hills came pretty late. They showed up at 7:30, 7:45.
If you're gonna go to a concert,
and you're gonna have people save you seats, don't show up super late.
Yes.
But they were we all this group text, and it's how soon are you going to be here? And then they text, oh, we're hiking up. They had to park super far away, of course, because they were super late.
Yeah.
And then they're like, Michaela forgot her phone in the car, which has her ticket, so she has to go back. I was like, oh my goodness. But they were in the second row behind us, and basically we were saving seats, and then all of the venue workers came over, and they're like, hey, if you guys need to scoot this way or that way because we need to fit people in right here. So they were just giving up our seats to other people that needed them.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was just they went to the bathroom or they went to go get a drink, so now they don't have a spot, or they have to sit far away or whatever. And but the people they moved in next to us, next to Gianluca and I, it was a group of 4, and I would say 4 songs into Gregory Allen's set, they stood up, and we're all sitting. Everyone,
almost the whole venue was sitting.
The only people standing other than them were in the very back corner, and it was a whole section, so they weren't blocking anyone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the people, all the V Hills were behind them, so they couldn't see. And then Clara let them know it.
Oh,
she was she was full on yelling. I was like, okay, calm down.
And she had definitely been drinking a little bit, so that's definitely why too.
Yelling at them and stuff.
Yeah. Just raised voice, whatever. And Bruggs showed me a thing on her phone from the Red Rocks website that says be a window, not a door, meaning don't block people.
Yeah.
And so then she was like, show it to them. And Michael was sitting next to me, sitting next to them. So I showed him, and then he was really leaning into it too. He just looks. He was just stared at him for 30 seconds, and then he comes back to me. He's like, "Dude, I stared at him for 30 seconds. They didn't even look." Or I think he was they kind of looked at me and then just kept going. But we were all I was "Don't involve me." It didn't bother me, and I was "I'm not." Yeah. I was looking for a worker because I was trying to get someone to come over and tell him. And Caleb eventually got someone. She was like, "All right, let me go get another guy." Because she didn't want to do it or something. I don't know. And then he came up and he was told him, you guys got to sit. But 4 of them, and
were they all together?
No.
No, so they were so 4. I didn't know this. So 4 people decided to stand up, and the 2, and it was groups of 2.
Yeah. 2 and 2.
2 and 2, and they both, just those 4 decided to stand up.
Yeah.
And just play this.
And the 2 on the left were girlfriend, boyfriend, or whatever. She sat down after a while because she knew how stupid and annoying they were being. But it was funny because they were both wearing masks, and I was like, this lines up. That would be the type of people to do this.
Yeah.
And then the people next to him were these 2 younger girls, and
they were pretty annoying too.
But the worker comes up, and he was like, you guys got to sit down, whatever. And then they must have said something well, can you talk to the people behind us? Because then he came out and went up to the V Hills and talked to them. I don't know what he said. They were probably just they were yelling at us, whatever.
So I heard, the only thing I know is the whole reason it started maybe was because they V Hills, when they came in, and when I say the V Hills, it was well, they're probably not gonna listen. It was it was Michaela and Bridget and the older one, Sarah, Regina, and Melina, and so they all came in together, and then they all sat down and they were kind of talking, probably loudishly, and I don't know if they were talking during Gregory's set or if it was the opener.
It was Greg Allen, I think.
Okay, so they were talking, and so I think the people in front of them got annoyed by that, so then I think that's what started it. And then, so then, and the other thing that happened was, and this is the part that bugged me, and it was with our group, and I don't want to say any names, because just in case, but when the workers finally came and resolved the issue, some people in our group kind of cheered extra, or cheered, that's what you get.
Clapping, and I was stop,
super
stop,
hard. I'm that.
You won, just don't make it worse. They're going to do
that's
something
kind of
even
annoying.
worse.
Yeah.
you know?
And
People
I was
who
like,
just don't get it are like socially just like in groups.
Yeah.
They just don't.
And like
know how to
especially
behave.
during a concert.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like-
it was during like a quiet part too. Like she's
Yeah.
like, look, okay, I get it. I get that you're really fed up and that those people were very
Yeah.
annoying. But you won. The issue is over. It does not help whatsoever
Yeah.
to do that.
Yep.
Okay, you're now creating.
Move on.
Yes.
You won.
So that was kind of the end of it. It maybe lasted what 15 minutes, that whole thing.
Yeah. I think it was
Um,
about 3 or 4 songs.
Yeah. So, which was a shame because there were some good songs that were played in there.
It was,
so.
I know. I was like, I'm trying to just enjoy this.
Yeah. And actually, it happened during one of the parts, like maybe near the end of that whole thing, was like the dark song or whatever, and it was playing that whole flashing lights. The part
Yeah,
that you
yeah,
got. Yeah. So.
Brutal.
In Liars.
What?
Dang.
In
Oh,
Liars or
yeah.
in Dark, Dark, Dark?
I think it was in. Oh, maybe it was in both. I don't know. Anyway, loved it. Definitely. I think I would go to. I probably would go to a Red Rock concert at Red Rocks.
Yeah. I was saying
For sure.
it'd be awesome to see Noah Khan there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Do you think he would sell it out?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
would. I wonder if Gregory sold out.
How many seats does a pavilion hold?
That's what I was just gonna ask. Yeah.
I looked it up when we went there and I can't remember.
Like
Because that had
11 or
been
something?
sold out, right?
It's
The
pretty close
pavilion
to it.
holds 11,000.
No. I was just a guess.
I typed in
Oh.
pavilion meaning. That's not what I wanted.
Pavilion.
No, I want to know the meaning of pavilion actually.
Don't allow location.
Don't want Apple to find me.
Spokane.
We can
Pavilion.
fit about 5,000 concert goers in the pavilion.
5,100. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um.
Yeah, he easily could have sold out Red Rocks.
Yeah.
Just another 4,000.
Yeah. Easy. He's there.
People
Especially
would-
in Colorado. I think
People would travel too. I think
Yes.
that's the other thing. So,
I would have traveled.
the other thing I was curious about Red Rocks was how late do they have concerts, because it is up in like
The mountains.
the mountains, so it does get a little cold. They have concerts going to like almost either the middle of November or end of November.
Wow.
Which I'm like, that's kind of crazy because Colorado gets snow.
Just bundle up.
Yeah. One thing leading up to the concert, I was drafting another fantasy football team.
Oh,
Same
yeah.
one you were on.
Yeah.
Which we had options to do that day or the day after. And I was like, well, we'll be in line at the concert. Like, I can still draft there. It's an 18-team league. You only have to pay attention,
Yeah.
every 18 times, or on the snake,
Yeah.
whatever.
Mhm.
But I didn't want to do the day after because I thought we would be boarding a plane or in the airport of some sort or whatever.
Yeah.
And it didn't dawn on me until we got there that I might not have service.
Oh,
Because
shoot.
this whole trip in Colorado, I had terrible service.
Dang.
Like, even at Jeannie's house, it was terrible. And I was like,
Weird.
Colorado just sucks, I guess. Or Verizon does.
It's
Verizon
I think it's
sucks in Colorado.
Verizon in Colorado because I had good. We would have had a good service. You and I.
What's funny is I saw something like yesterday. Oh, it was a video of this guy at a sporting game or whatever, and he had like this folder with 3 phones all on different, like T-Mobile,
Oh.
Verizon, and AT&T or whatever, and he was checking the speed of all of them. And it was a guy reacting to the video who was like, guys like this, we need to protect at all costs. Like, they are the real. But
pretty funny.
I saw a comment and it was like, if it was AT&T, like someone was like, I have AT&T and I have service in the most random places, the most desert places, but he has terrible service like in town or something.
That's pretty funny.
But yeah, we were. Yes.
I'm gonna use the bathroom.
Okay.
I really have to go.
Okay. We were in line and I was, watching it, and they doors opened at 6.
Yeah.
And before that, it was like 5:50. We got there at like 5. And we were all standing in line, and then they opened it like a little section, so we went up this super steep ramp up to where like they were gonna start scanning for tickets, and then we stood there for I don't know 20 minutes or whatever till they like let us in the venue, but we like I had to pee so bad, and in my head I was like, all right, I'll go at like 5:50 or something right before they let us past the porta potties, and then they opened it early, and I was like, well, I don't want to jump out of line now, whatever.
Yeah.
I should have just done it, but we got up to there and there were no bathrooms until you got into the venue,
Oh, shoot.
which you couldn't because they weren't scanning tickets yet.
Yeah.
And so I had to go to the bathroom so bad, and I'm like kind of nervous because I'm watching the draft and I'm like, it's starting soon, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I'm
Gosh.
just like, gosh, I'm in these like uncomfortable situations
That's
always.
the worst, dude.
But
Dang.
yeah, we honestly, like, my draft went pretty well. I was kind of surprised at how well it was, like a few times.
Yeah.
And then Brad was like,
yeah, Brad said something like right after you texted me that you were feeling good about your team.
It was like 4 or 5 picks in. He was like, I'm feeling really good about your team, P. Draymond.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, thank you.
That's really funny.
But,
Dang.
yeah, it was
fun.
a few times like it was once the concert was starting because it took over an hour.
Yeah.
And I was getting kind of nervous because like a few times it just clearly had lost service. Nothing was loading.
Oh, yeah.
Like, crap. And I like tried to exit out, whatever. And then later we had to check in for our flight at 7:45. And so we're sitting there like refreshing the Southwest app. And we refresh it. He checks in within like 15 seconds. Gets good boarding position. Mine wasn't loading. Michael Ocho was like, dude, I'm nervous for you. And I'm like I'm like completely closing the app, everything.
Yeah.
I'm like getting on the Wi-Fi, no service, vice versa.
Dang.
And then Michael's like, just let him log in on your phone. So Gianluca signs out of his, signs into my Southwest. And then it was like the same boarding position. I think I was 3 behind you for the second flight, the Denver to Spokane. And it ended up being Gianluca, Sophie, Sam, and me. Like,
oh, wow.
Right after
That's
each
really
other.
funny. Nice.
Which Sam said
what are the odds of that?
he did it 15 minutes late.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
really?
know how that happened.
No,
Yeah.
but remember, actually, they got the C. But then for whatever
For the
reason,
first flight.
No, I thought it was for the second flight, and then they had to get theirs printed, and they got upgraded to like B.
Wow.
That's cool.
That's what Sophie said.
Some people switch flights or something.
Yeah, maybe.
That's cool.
That's
But yeah, so that was
your guys' Labor Day weekend?
That was ours.
Yes.
What did you do?
Let's see. I went over to Sam and Dominique's house.
So did they invite everybody?
Yeah, they invited a bunch of people over. And went over there. We played some cornhole. It was really funny. So me and Jordan played against my dad and Mr. Bruggs.
Mm-hmm.
And we were playing like best of 3 or whatever. And so they won the first game. We won the second game. And then the third game, Jordan and I, for whatever reason, like we were losing 20-0, playing to 21. And we caught up all the way to 20-20 or whatever. And then like, I think I made one in, and so we went back to 20-15, and wow, all right.
It was a race.
He's
outside.
a man.
Yeah, and then we ended up losing, but it was like a crazy comeback. It was pretty fun. But yeah, went over there, and then so this last weekend, my washing machine and water heater both decided to both decided to stop working at the same time or whatever. Yeah. So had to deal with all that. Like took off the washing machine top and stuff, and we're waiting on the lid switch to come in instead of replacing the whole washing machine. So hopefully it's the lid switch.
Yeah.
But like it would only work if Celine would sit on it. Or whatever. I think I might have been saying this last time. I don't know. Or maybe telling one of you guys.
No, I've heard that from my mom. Like, she would sit on the washing machine or something. I don't know if it's the same thing.
What was wrong with it?
Well, so like it wouldn't start up or anything unless there was weight on it. And we put 2 full like laundry detergent things on it, and it still wouldn't start. So like Celine was emptying the washing machine or whatever, because we put clothes in there, and she was like, I'm just going to sit on it and start it, like, see if it'll start up. So she closes it, like, sits on it, and it starts up. So she sat on there for, like, over an hour or whatever and stuff, and she was like, I'm not doing that again.
Yeah.
So we had to take our laundry to a laundromat, which actually, there's a, like, super nice laundromat on the Vision, and it has, like, free Wi-Fi, or you get, like, these cards or whatever that, like, you can... like recharge the cards, like put money on it and recharge. It's pretty nice, I'll say.
Might be better.
Too bad I have a washing machine and dryer.
Yeah, no kidding. Anyway, and then freaking this water heater. We don't have any hot water Sunday, Monday, or whatever. And we're like, I wonder why. I like look up stuff online, read a bunch of stuff. I'm like, okay, like if we have to get a new water heater, it'll cost like around $2,000-ish. But I was like, dude, so we called a plumbing company to come out and look at it. They said for our water heater, if we wanted to replace it, it'd be $4,000.
What?
Because we have like one of the most expensive water heaters because of some air intake valve is like it's really the way it like gets air in it. is like set up really weird, and so it would just cost a lot to replace.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really dumb. Anyway, so I had to replace, and we also had a leak on one of our supply lines, and so I like totally took out this like washer box hookup that they put on for the supply lines. I don't know if you would know what I'm talking about, but so whoever plumbed the house before, like the plumbers that came in said, "Oh, this looks like a DIY or DIY, yeah, do it yourself house."
Yeah.
Like some random, like some guy who didn't know what he was doing did this whole house.
Huh.
That's what the plumbers said.
Wow.
And stuff. And so, they, for whatever reason, they put in this washer box to supply the water heater, which you should never do. I asked my journeyman today what he thinks about it, and he was like, "You should never do that," or whatever. So I like cut off part of our wall, took out the supply lines, went to Lowe's, bought $100 worth of shark bite supplies and stuff.
It's expensive stuff.
Yeah, dude, it is.
Shark bite is spendy.
It is, but I don't have like crimpers or anything, and I didn't want to buy crimpers just to.
I think I have crimpers, to be honest.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Nice. I probably will eventually buy some, but I was like, I don't want to do it now.
Remind me after. I'll show you.
Yeah. Anyway, long story short, fixed that. We have hot water now. And the people that we called said if they were to replace the supply lines and other stuff, it was going to cost $400. I was like, no way.
I could do that for $100.
I can do it. And honestly, the supply lines would have been a super easy fix, but it wasn't like threading onto the washer box because the washer box threads were like 3 threads deep, and so it just wasn't. I don't know.
Wow.
Connecting. Anyway, that was probably too much detail for all you plumbers, non-plumbers out there.
But did you get the issues resolved?
But we have hot water now.
Nice.
So took a shower today for the first time in like 4 or 5 days.
Oh,
Because I was like,
smelly boy.
I was like, I don't want to take a cold shower.
Yeah. Did Celine take a cold shower?
Yeah. Yeah, she did. She's
More
a
manly
trooper.
than you.
Yeah.
My wife.
So that's what I did for the Labor Day weekend.
Nice. So Labor Day, you really,
I really labored.
You really labored.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. I was
Dang.
up till I like worked on it from like, well, I don't know, a couple hours last night. Wasn't up super late till like 9:30.
Jeez.
But yeah. So anyway, did that. Oh, I had a soccer game to ref Saturday, and I went there. This was gonna be my first one reffing since 2017. Went there to ref, and both teams didn't show up.
Oh,
But I still got paid.
nice.
nice. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I was like, this is nice.
Yeah.
Both teams didn't show.
That was on Labor Day?
That was on Saturday.
Ah, almost.
Almost.
They probably thought Saturday was Labor Day, and then
They
Yep.
probably, yeah. They
Yeah,
probably
crazy
It's
was
like
stuff.
every year. I always get confused.
But yeah.
I got a few quick hitters from our trip.
Okay, yeah, hit him.
I got Smash Burger for the first time.
How was it?
I've heard a lot about it. It was good. It was better than In-N-Out in my opinion.
Okay. Well, that's going to be a hot take for some people.
I know.
Some
Gianluca
people-
wanted to try In-N-Out the whole time we were there because he still never had it.
It wasn't like the whole time. It was just
Did you try it?
unfortunately the one time we went through there, we had just eaten Culver's,
Yeah.
and I was not hungry.
I don't know how that.
How did Culver's come up?
Miscommunication happened because it was like before the concert. We were like, okay, let's go get food. And so we went to Culver's and got food, and then we drove with Jeannie and Mrs. Bergman,
and they
got food.
Yeah,
So I was like, why didn't we just wait till this
Yes.
to get food?
That's funny.
I don't know why, but then we went to the In-N-Out, and I was like, not hungry at all.
Yeah, I was stuffed.
So unfortunately, the one time we did go through an In-N-Out,
Yeah.
I didn't get anything.
Yeah.
So
You didn't get anything at In-N-Out?
because I just ate.
Full,
I just
yeah.
ate. So
Oh my
I was like,
gosh.
when
I'm glad we got Culver's though. It was really good.
Yeah, I liked it. I like Culver's. I mean,
So you still haven't had In-N-Out?
still have an In-N-Out.
Not missing much.
But I did have Einstein Bros,
Oh yeah.
and that's very popular.
I've
Yes.
never heard of it.
It's a very popular what would
Bagel.
bagel sandwich
Place.
place. Yeah, with coffee.
Yep.
It was really
Nice.
good. It's actually really good.
Yeah. That's the first time
it's-
we've had it.
Yeah, it was
We have it up here.
We do.
I think.
Wait, what
I
is
don't
it
think
called?
we do. I think it's a
Einstein
Midwest thing.
Bros?
I think it's a Midwest thing.
Wow.
I'm almost certain, unless it's on Seattle. It's in Seattle.
I was sure we had it here.
Giuliano.
Excuse me, I'm tired.
Einstein Bros.
Some of us are
nope.
working
We got
people.
one in Chena and one in Pullman.
Oh, okay.
Chena?
So there's
Did you
one
say
in Cheney.
Chena?
Cheney.
One in Cheney. So the closest one is 33 minutes away. I'm not
Okay.
driving all the way there for
No.
bagel.
For a
But
bagel.
again, that just goes to show how unpopular it is.
Yeah.
As far as here, because
Yeah.
anyway, so that was really good. But I didn't know Smashburger. That was also in the airport.
Yeah. I got it on my first flight there. I had like a 2-hour layover. And I walked by, super long line, probably 30 people. And I was like, I got time. So I stood in line.
Nice.
And then you got to stand in another line to wait for it.
Oh,
And it was
that's the
pretty good.
worst.
It was, it was
It
checked
met
it
his
off my list.
expectations.
Yes.
That's good.
And then my second flight, I guess, on Sunday from Denver to Colorado Springs. Apparently, there's always turbulence. Gina
But
and
there
Benji,
wasn't turbulence on the way back. And
there was a tiny.
there
but
was-
yeah,
okay,
not-
hold on.
Only
Not nearly.
turbulence
Hold on.
going, okay.
There also if that was turbulence, I had no turbulence on my flight.
Yeah.
There was two weird things. Maybe it was because I don't know, the way from Denver to Colorado Springs for my flight, it was late at night. Maybe there's because there was more people, we didn't have to like do that whole spreading out thing. But there was no turbulence on that. But I didn't think there was any turbulence on the one from Denver to Colorado.
There was like 30 seconds but it wasn't bad. I mean, it was just like hardly
Did
anything.
you get sick?
Nope.
No, but I heard
So-
Gina and Benji got really sick on that.
Yeah, they had really bad turbulence. But on my flight, it's a 15-minute flight. And I get on and immediately fall asleep. And I wake up right when we had touchdown. And like 10 people are clapping. And I was like, I guess we had really bad turbulence. Because I slept through everything.
Dang.
So a few people asked me once I got to the house, like, how bad was the flight? Whatever. I was like, honestly, I don't know. I slept through everything.
Nice.
But so
That's
they were
pretty
like,
funny.
oh, probably not much then since you slept through it. I was like, I sleep through everything though.
You're like, well, it was probably pretty bad. I don't know.
I'm more of a
for the
You're like, my
man.
back is thrown out, so I don't know.
Pat, did you
Oh.
what?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, you still have more stuff, dude. You go first.
Oh, okay. I was on that same flight. There was these two a lady next to me with her son or something. I don't know, but her mom called her, so she was like talking on the phone for a minute. She was like, and I hear her go, "You seem stressed out. You want me to bring you gummies?" And so immediately, I mean, like I'm hardly in Colorado, and I'm already so then. For the next 48 hours, I just made weed jokes constantly.
Nice.
Just like pothead jokes. You know, people are like, oh, our flight had really bad turbulence. So it was probably all the smoke from the potheads in the air. Just
Nice.
constantly. I
What
made
else?
every joke I could have.
Hey, your lawn looks crappy. Is that weed?
There you go.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
Hey,
But yeah, we woke up I was only there for 2 nights. But each morning I woke up, there was a fly just
Bro, they have the most annoying flies in the room.
antagonizing me. Like I tried to sleep in and I couldn't because there was a fly constantly around my face.
that is so
And like I would pull a blanket over my head and try to sleep and it would find its way in or something.
funny.
It was so annoying.
Hey, Pat.
Yeah, flies are
that's
bad.
pretty funny.
Yeah, I didn't sleep the best there either. I think I averaged like 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
Every night.
Which we did stay up late a lot.
Sure.
But
So that was part of it was on us.
yes, but we couldn't sleep in past like 8 or 9 because all the kids are up and everyone's up, so it's just noisy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's flies.
Yeah, it was mainly the flies.
Yeah, it was.
That's funny.
So,
Those
also,
kids leaving
it
those
was pretty
dang doors open.
after our game from Catan and Raccoon Tycoon,
Yeah.
it sounds really weird every time I have to say those two words.
Raccoon
Raccoon
Tycoon.
Tycoon. It was pretty exhilarating. So
Yeah.
You're
I
like,
don't
how
know.
can I sleep?
exactly, I can't wait. Well, we almost played Ticket to Ride after that.
Oh,
man.
gosh.
But then I was like, okay,
I was
I'm
like,
actually tired.
I'm going to
We
sleep,
did
guys.
end up playing it once. But
Well, you were like, I'm not tired. And then you told us the next morning, as soon as you laid down, you're like, yeah, I'm tired.
yeah, no. As soon as I laid down, I was like, yeah, I'm pretty tired. So,
Yeah.
That's funny.
but what I was, are you done? Do you have more?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say just stuff I watched on the airplane to and
nice.
from. I watched the movie to Denver, from Spokane to Denver. I was actually able to finish it all. Called The Big Short.
Oh,
Nice.
I think Celine just watched that movie. Is that the movie about 2008?
Yes.
Yeah, Celine just watched that movie, and I watched the back half of it.
Oh, okay. Did you like it?
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah,
I like the back half
yeah,
of it.
it was really.
I don't know about the front half, but the back half is nice.
It's really good. It's got 4 like huge stars in it: Steve Carell, Christian
Yeah.
Bale, Brad Pitt, and then who's the 4th one? Schmidt from New Girl's in it.
Oh yeah, for like a brief second or whatever.
No,
right?
well,
Or is he
yeah.
in-
So earlier in the movie,
the back half he's in for a brief second.
yes, but earlier in the movie he's in it for, and then also if you remember in Game Night, the guy who brings a different girl over.
Yeah.
So
I
he's
saw
in
him
it. I gotta look up now who else is in that movie, but that was a really good movie. And for anyone who doesn't know, it is it's about the 2008 like economic like crisis that happened. It's got Ryan Gosling. That's who the other. So 4 main stars, like big stars in it. And yeah, it was really good. They had a couple fourth wall breaks.
Yeah,
Nice.
Sprinkled out. They had like pauses in the movie to explain a financial like definition. They had celebrity cameos in the movie. And yeah, so I watched that, and then I watched. There's a documentary on Netflix. It's more so a summarization of the events of the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp trial.
Oh yeah.
So
How was that?
it was pretty good. It didn't really like change my. Well, the only opinion I guess that would have like changed was they're both like not good people, but Amber Heard's worse, a worse person.
Wow.
So,
That's funny.
but Johnny Depp is still like he was less in the wrong
Yeah.
than Amber Heard was, but like he's definitely by no means a perfect person. If anything, it was just like the people that went to court and like cheered on Johnny. I was like I wouldn't do that.
Oh.
Like like I don't know. There's some crazy like fanatics. Basically, is what I'm saying.
Oh, I'm sure there is, yeah.
They did do a lot of, and I saw some people complain about it because it's a documentary. But they showed a majority of the documentary was like showing how social media was a factor probably in the trial because it was aired live, and there was a ton of if you remember when it was going on, there was a ton of TikToks going on about it and like people giving their own opinions, so that can also sway people,
Sway the jury or something.
sway the jury, or well, the jury's not supposed to technically like
Yeah, probably not.
Be swayed.
be swayed.
Don't be swayed.
Don't read about it, don't like read stuff about it, don't talk to people about it.
Don't even
But,
think about it.
It was 3 episodes, 50 minutes each. It was good. I mean,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't say I would like, oh, you need to watch this or I recommend it.
Yeah.
The only reason I think I watched it, well, I'd heard about it from somebody. That or heard about it. That or I have this thing on Netflix. It's called the Smart Download. So like it'll automatically download stuff onto my like Netflix thing based off what I like. So it downloaded the movie called Arrival. It's like some alien movie. I think it's got Amy Adams. It's got Amy Adams and Jeremy Renner in it. There's a couple documentaries and sports documentaries too, like the one about the Florida Gators.
Oh yeah, nice.
I might end up watching that. So, but yeah, no, that's the only reason. It's actually cool. It's kind of a cool feature. But
Dang.
yeah, so that's what I watched. Oh, and then I watched half of Tron. I'm gonna finish the rest of it tonight.
Oh,
That's funny.
nice.
So,
Nice.
yeah.
Um,
Did you watch anything, Pat?
I watched the last episode of the After Party on Apple TV.
Oh yeah, you said you were watching about that.
Yeah.
Was it good?
It was good. This was the second season. I finished the first
That's
one. I was
right.
like, all right, awesome, I'm done. And then it was like sequel. I was like, seriously? And it was pretty much the same story. It just included like a few of the same people. But yeah, it was good. I'm glad I'm done with it. It was like
You're making it sound like it was
I think to a
burden.
lot of people it'd be like amateur or like just not that great. But I don't know. I thought it was pretty good. Like there's some funny parts, but there's also some parts that's just like, yeah, this is pretty amateur or like
not
what
good.
what is
whatever.
it?
It's a the first season is like all these people getting together for the high school reunion, and one of the
Oh, it was
people is
or
murdered.
something? That's right. You were talking about that. Yeah.
and then they do an investigation. So the second one is like same thing, except 2 of the people that are getting married, or they're engaged, but they go to her sister's wedding and the husband is murdered. So then they're trying to figure out who killed him. And they bring in the lady from the first one to do the investigation.
Sounds a lot like Murder on the Orient Express, and then the sequel where it's Death on the Nile.
Yeah, yeah.
Same
exact
detective.
story.
Yeah.
Actually, did you know there's a third one coming out?
No way, dude.
Yeah,
Wow.
it comes
Those
out on
type of
Netflix.
movies like really annoy me because it's the same exact
Yeah.
like Jumanji and not the old Jumanji, but
The new one.
the new Jumanji and
Yeah, I
then
like
Jumanji 2. Same exact like same
True.
thing.
True.
It's just like those type of things just annoy me so much.
It is true. Although, to be fair to those Jumanji movies, they were pretty funny and they were pretty good.
Okay, well
I will say
they were
they're
funny,
pretty good.
but
But so I can't remember if you said though if you liked the first season. Like, did you think it was?
I
Really
think
good?
the first one was better.
Because it was the first of the.
But yeah, I thought it was good. I liked it. So I downloaded that last episode and watched that on the second flight, and then slept.
Dang.
Which is nice. I forgot to tell you guys that someone is coming by at 8:30 to pick up camera batteries for me if we're done or not.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what time is it?
I'm apartment 52,
at
right?
8:30.
Yes.
Oh, it's only 7:50.
I'm apartment 52, right?
53.
Like,
52.
no, I
52.
think it's 52.
Yeah.
It's 52.
I also watched. This is not on the airplane, but I did watch with Papa. The Bourne Identity.
Oh yeah, haven't seen
Pretty
this.
good. He said that's like one of his favorite action movies, and he has seen it a lot.
Nice.
And then I watched Dumb and Dumber with Sam and Dominique.
Nice.
And yeah, so that's been those are the kind of movies
Nice.
I've been watching. So, but
I was going to talk about our fantasy football drafts, plural, because we've done a lot. One thing that, like, I realized or whatever, like, we judge so much when we do fantasy football drafts.
Oh, 100, like other people's teams. Yeah.
Like, someone drafts, I don't know, a quarterback in the first round. It's like, oh my gosh, you did, like, you're going to regret that. You're so stupid. It's like, hey, let them try a method that they've never done or whatever.
Yeah.
We judge so much when we do fantasy
I think
football
it's
drafts.
because it's part of it is the stereotypes that have been laid out before us, that have been laid out for years on how to do fantasy football and because it used to always be you draft running backs in the first round, and now the game has changed where running backs, and it's just because the NFL is changing where running backs aren't like the wide receivers are becoming the premium position, or they're becoming the better position, and then you got a quarterback can get taken. You even can get a tight end. Taken the
tight end
round.
was taken in our first round.
Travis Kelce.
In our 2 quarterback league, Travis Kelce was taken.
Yeah,
and now he's injured.
Yeah. So, and quarterbacks now get taken in the first round. So
in our 18 team, 2 quarterback league,
a
tight end was taken in
Yes.
the first round.
Crazy.
I just saw this, Pat. I don't know if you already knew this or not, but Kenneth Gainwell was just named the RB1.
Nice.
So, yeah. So it's Kenneth Gainwell, Rashad Penny, Boston Scott, DeAndre Swift.
Wow.
But they were all named as a starting running back. If you saw the depth chart, there was like slashes between.
Well, yeah, there's slashes.
Yeah.
Well, but he's named first.
They'll get their downs.
He's named first.
See, like,
So here's what you need to take away from that, though. You don't really want anyone in that backfield.
Yeah. That's
Because
very true.
it's
split 4
They
ways.
they took Miles Sanders out and they put DeAndre Swift in, and it's going to be the exact same thing. Where like DeAndre Swift will be the head name running back,
Yeah.
but it's going to be a running back by committee truly, and they're all going to get their carries.
Yep.
Well,
So
Kenneth Gainwell was named first.
yeah, so maybe he is. I mean, he'll be a sleeper for sure. That's why I avoided DeAndre Swift. But yeah, no, it is funny how hard we judge each other's picks. I will say though, in my work league that I just did before this, a kicker was taken in the 5th round.
Wow. Was it
Justin Tucker?
Someone
5th
took
round.
Justin Tucker in
Justin
ours.
Tucker.
I don't know when, but I was like,
I
it was
love-
the same girl that didn't take QBs until the very end.
I love
That's-
how the sleeper app will be like, what the?
Yeah.
When somebody takes a kicker. Or
That's my
something.
favorite thing. Yeah, I don't know. I will say it is always funny to look back at your drafts, maybe like sometime in the middle of the season or at the end of the season, and you look back at the draft and you're like, man, what was I thinking?
Yeah.
Because you always think every year at the draft, you're like, man, I think I drafted a pretty good team. I think I could win it.
Yeah.
And then you don't do anything.
So this is the girl that took Justin Tucker. She took Justin Tucker in the 8th round. These are her first 8 picks. Stephon Diggs. This is a 2 quarterback league. Stephon Diggs, AJ Brown, Mark Andrews, Travis Etienne, Javonte Williams, Joshua Dobbs, Odell Beckham, Justin Tucker. And then later on she took Jake Browning as a quarterback and Will Greer. The backups to Joe Burrow and Joe Burrow.
Oh yeah, yeah, because
They're both backups to Joe Burrow.
because Will Greer got sent because he originally was on the Cowboys and then he got released and now he's on the Bengals.
No way. That
Yeah.
is so funny.
Wait, okay. To
So
be
she has
fair,
hope 2 quarterbacks get injured.
Yeah.
to be fair, if that was not a 2 QB league, let's say,
Yeah.
that is a pretty good team.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
But unfortunately, it's a 2 QB
league.
league.
It's an
so-
18 team 2 QB league.
And she might get out the first week.
And all
Maybe.
our players will
Yeah.
fall to us.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a lot of good players that'll be available right away.
Exactly. Yep.
So-
Do we have $100 FAB?
$100.
Yeah.
So
FAB.
FAB.
What does that stand for? Do you know?
It is
Fantasy?
Somebody said it.
Fantasy, actual,
You don't know.
Augmented budget.
anonymous,
No, I don't.
ballers.
Somebody said the fantasy footballer said it the other day when they were explaining like fab budget to like
Oh.
if this is your first year, this is what it is.
Huh.
But I don't remember what they had said. But it is very true. And it is always funny. That's where the whole like idea of like getting a team together, draft one team,
Yeah.
is nice because then we're all judging our own team together.
Yeah.
So, but no, the first games are tomorrow. The drafting season is over for us.
Yeah.
It was fun while it
Now we
lasted.
see how it pays off.
Do
Now
you
we
guys
see.
want to tell everybody your favorite team name that you have? Because you have multiple leagues, so give us your favorite team name. I can start. I think my favorite one is Pacheco yourself because I have Isaiah Pacheco.
Okay,
So-
that's pretty good. My favorite team name that I have seen so far from all the leagues I'm in, I think is still my favorite. It might be Sam's. Either Sam or Dominique's in the redraft league, and I think so. Sam's is drop in a Deuce Vanu.
That's funny.
That one's pretty good. And then Dominique, she got a pretty good one. And jokes on you, like a
Okay.
Joku.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
I think no, it's clever.
I like yours, Bed Bath & Beyond.
Yes,
Good one.
That's a good one.
I wish I could take credit for that. Unfortunately, I
Yeah,
can't.
Dominique?
But no, I had that name already picked out before.
Oh.
I don't remember where I think I saw that on TikTok.
I have Someone's Cooking here because I have Dalvin Cook in the Guillotine League.
Oh, that's funny.
I have Damn Flashes.
What's like on your team? What's your favorite like of yourself of your own teams?
Oh, it probably would be It's Bed Bath and Beyond. I actually don't have one for my work league yet. Right now, I have it at TBD.
Okay, well let's create one.
We could right now. I have Trevor Lawrence as my quarterback. I got Derrick Henry and Jamar Gibbs as my running backs. I got CeeDee Lamb and Keenan Allen as my wide
Oh,
receivers.
you gotta have something to CD.
Well, I already have CD's nuts on,
Yeah,
but that's
Yeah.
Pat. I was like,
Yeah.
I got inspired from Pat, so I can't.
Gives me the championship.
Oh, that could be okay.
I have Travis Kelce in this other league I don't want to talk about because of how bad the draft was.
if this
and,
sorry, keep going. No, keep going.
I named
Is that
it
the redraft?
Kelsey me at the championship. No, it's a
Oh.
Chick-fil-A
Oh,
league.
that's pretty good.
So this was my draft. Trevor Lawrence, Garrett Wilson, Brandon Ayuk, Najee Harris, Kenneth Walker, Travis Kelce, Isaiah Pacheco. And then on my bench, Brian Robinson, Nico Collins, Tank Bigsby, Zay Flowers,
Nico.
Elijah Mitchell.
Oh,
And then I have the
That's actually-
Chiefs kicker and the Seahawks defense.
that's not a bad team.
It's not. I felt really bad about it. That was the one I did. Oh, that was the one I did while I was at Verizon for like 2 hours.
Oh, okay.
And like we were on the phone with a rep while there was someone else, like me and a Verizon employee in person were on the phone with a rep. And
And you were drafting at the same time.
yeah, I was
That's
drafting
hilarious.
and I was watching the Mariners game and I was texting my brother who was also drafting in the same league. And he was working, so he was doing auto draft, but he like jumped on in the second round to take Patrick Mahomes and then jumped off and auto drafted
nice.
the rest.
Mm-hmm.
But I was eyeing Jared Goff and he sniped him right before me.
Your
I was like,
brother?
dang it. And he was on auto draft. I was like, that's so
Oh,
stupid.
dang.
Dang.
But
Brutal.
yeah,
Watch out
I-
for those auto drafts.
Oh, I have some pet peeves about drafting this
let's hear
week.
it.
But are you done? I didn't want to.
Yeah.
Okay. So this happened, I think, in every league that I did almost. Well, first it happened with quarterbacks. So I waited on quarterbacks, and then I looked and I saw every other and it happened both times in the 8-team leagues I was in. Well, the first time I let it happen. The second time I was like, okay, I'm taking quarterback now. But the first time it happened with the quarterbacks, I saw every other team had a quarterback, and I was like, okay, good. I can wait on Trevor Lawrence
Yeah.
because he was still there, and so I waited around, and then I waited another round because like, okay, I think I can still go and be good. It was almost my turn, and he got taken as a backup. Who the guy already had Justin Herbert, and I thought to myself, why are you taking a backup
Yeah.
quarterback?
Probably because he said, "Oh, he's still on the board. Awesome."
Yeah.
Great
Probably
backup.
said, I'm going to need him for a bye week, and I need
Yeah.
another QB. I don't want to give up a week.
Yep.
That's on you.
I think it's on me. It's on me for waiting 2 rounds.
Yeah.
For sure. But and then it happened. Technically, it did happen again, but not to me. It happened to the same exact situation happened to somebody else in the other league I was drafting that was also an 8-team league. But this time I drafted a quarterback earlier. And I got
8-team or 18?
8.
8.
I drafted Justin Herbert early, and then I saw that the one team that didn't have a quarterback, there was Trevor Lawrence, and then another team took him, and then they ended up taking Kirk Cousins, which is the exact same thing I did.
Yeah.
Funny.
And so, so that happened. And then with tight ends, I think in every league but one, I had Mark Andrews, and that was the only time I ever took a tight end early. The rest of them, I didn't take a tight end until like round 8 or later.
Dang.
And Pat, you took the backup. You took a backup tight end, and the 14-team league, and that was gonna be the starting tight end for me. So that was the latest, or that wasn't the latest I drafted, but that was the farthest down on the tight end list that I've taken.
Yeah.
So it was just that whole of like, the whole waiting game.
Yeah.
And then
Well, Pat texted me when we were drafting. He was like you still need a tight end or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I didn't.
Did you realize?
I knew
Okay.
it. I was like, I'm waiting for Tyler Higbee. I think it was Tyler Higbee that I got. But yeah, I was like, I don't think anybody's gonna take him.
which now that Tyler Higbee pick looks really good because Cooper Kupp's out.
Yeah, dude, it does.
So,
Yep.
but now not my least favorite part about fantasy football, but the most stressful part about fantasy football is coming up, and
Every
it's the
week?
whole start and sit every week.
I know.
You gotta figure out who you want to play, especially, and it is fun on Thursdays. Like tomorrow is the first game, and I'm gonna be looking across all my leagues and be like, okay, I'm playing Jamar Gibbs in 2 leagues, but maybe I'm playing against him in 1, or like.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the fun part. It's definitely the most annoying part
Yeah.
when you're playing and you play in too many leagues.
Yeah. I don't want to talk too much about fantasy football, but
After we've talked for 20
well,
minutes.
yeah. What was I just gonna say? I was gonna say something about fantasy. Oh, well, last thing.
Yeah.
I'm like debating playing Kadarius Toney tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Because Travis Kelce is out.
Is he playing?
Kadarius Toney?
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
He doesn't know.
I don't know. Oh yeah. I mean, doesn't say he's not playing.
Okay.
Anyway, we can talk about it later.
So.
But
I do have one final thing, or I have one final thing. It's not fantasy football related. It's completely unrelated. But I had a friend who called me when I was in the Denver airport waiting in my layover, and I won't say his name, but his name rhymes with puke. So, anyway, so
it could be.
yeah. But he called and he was like, "Okay, I have a question for you." I was like, "All right." He's like, "If you just got a girl's number, how soon would you text them?"
Yeah.
And he said, because he got her number a couple hours ago, so he was like, "Should I text her that tonight or should I wait till tomorrow?" And so like we had this whole debate, like we were talking about
question.
Yeah, the age-old question, so I said he should text her tomorrow, but then he gave me the context of it where originally I thought it was she like gave him his number, but he like was getting a new phone, and the rep that was helping him, that's who the number he got.
Oh really?
Yeah, which I thought was like, oh, interesting. He gave some cheesy line. This is his words, not mine. Or I guess it was more so the girls to him. The girl said that to him. That was pretty cheesy, but like, sure, why not?
That's very funny.
So
I mean, what? Honestly, a line would be,
hey, I got a good phone plan, or something.
I got a new number now.
Hey, now
Yes,
that
that
you
was
know
like-
my number, can I know yours?
It was something along those lines. I think, if I'm remembering correctly. Anyway, so after I got the whole context of the story, I was like, yeah, maybe do it tonight.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, see, there's a whole like mantra of like don't text back too early, and it's like, I just don't care.
Just
it's like
text as you're walking out the door.
like forget all of these.
Miss you.
Send an 8-ball game.
Darts.
Be like, hey, I'm having problems with my phone. Haha, just kidding. Hee hee, just kidding. LOL. What you doing tonight?
Love you. My phone fell in the rice cooker. Wait, but it's already in rice, so we're good.
That's funny. Yeah, I would have done it that night.
I would have, yeah.
I think I would have too.
Unless he like went there that night and it was like an hour later. But if it was like earlier that day and it was several hours later, I probably would have done
I
it.
think because he had said, so when he told me, I was assuming that it was like soon after, but he said it's already been like a couple hours, and it's already like this was evening time.
Yeah.
And he
This
and
is
then
like 2 a.m.
you want to know what the
Maybe
funny
I'm
thing
wrong.
too was as I was giving my explanation of he like texted her, so
That's funny.
but he had said he had like asked some other people for their like opinion.
Yeah.
So and they all like said, do it like that night. But that was after they got like the context kind of. Some people change their minds. Some people don't.
Yeah.
So.
I had a awkward encounter with a girl, and I've debated saying this in the podcast, but since we're here, whatever.
Why not?
I was shooting a wedding at the Hagedon Event Center, which is out in Coeur d'Alene, and there's like a few. I've only done one wedding there this year out of 6, but last year I had, I don't know, 2 or 3. But they have waiters going around, waitresses, like with drinks and appetizers, whatever. And one of them was someone from the Pius X Church, so I knew her.
Nice.
But there was this other girl I was like kind of joking with here and there, and then like
Joking, flirting.
I asked her for her name. I was like, "What's your name?" And she was like, "We've met before."
Oh no.
And I was like, "What?" And she's
That's
like,
fun.
"Yeah, you shot a wedding here last year, and we like met." I was like,
Okay, that was a
And,
year ago.
like, I don't remember it at all, and this is probably fault to my terrible memory, but yeah, I was like, I don't remember this at all. I was like, I'm so sorry, and yeah, it was bad. I was like, this is
That's not that
Was
bad.
she like disappointed?
yeah, clearly yes.
She's like, I
Well-
thought we were great friends.
We've been hanging out together.
We have a 300-day Snapchat streak.
We literally just got breakfast the other day together. But
talk
okay, but
every
hold
day.
on. To be fair to you, that was a year ago,
I know.
and you've done a lot of weddings.
Yeah,
So how?
yeah.
You know,
I
Also,
should've
does she
said
have a
that.
memorable face?
Is she pretty?
That's basically what I'm asking.
I mean, yes. I don't know. That's
That's all I need to know.
Wow.
Wow, how dare you not remember her?
He's like, I
mean,
actually don't remember her.
That was
now.
probably the first time somebody's not remembered her, okay? She was in
Yeah.
shock, all right?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
is. But then I said, I was like, I kept going after that. I shouldn't have. But I was like,
You're like, I don't even want to remember you.
but I was like, well, can I have your number? She was like, that's for special privilege only. You
That's
can
for
have
what?
my Instagram. She said that's for like special privilege people
Oh,
only.
gotcha. Okay.
You can have my Instagram. So she pulls up her Instagram, which is private, but she's got like a lot of followers. And it was more than like the regular, like, oh, she's a girl, that's why she has a bunch of followers. It was like a couple thousand. And then she like, hits request on the follow, and haven't heard from her since. And that was 3 weeks ago. So,
Did
Well,
you like message
She's
her?
probably just
Nope.
waiting it out, you know.
but she
No.
hasn't accepted my follow.
Oh, that's also
That's the thing.
awkward. Did you?
Yeah.
She followed, but you follow her.
Yeah,
I would
because
unfollow her immediately.
she pulled it up. She has 9,800 followers. She pulled
Dang.
it up. Yeah, she like pulled up her Instagram on my phone and then hit follow, and it was requested because she's private. Hasn't accepted it, so I'm like, well, sorry, I forgot your name. Gosh, but I like earlier than that or something. I think before the whole like we've met before. I don't remember. I was like, well, I'm shooting a wedding here in 2 weeks. We're back out here, and so then this happened, and I was like, oh, she's probably gonna not want to be there. Like, she'll probably ask to not be at that wedding or something. And then I was wrong. We weren't even at that venue. We were somewhere else.
Oh, nice.
I was lied to. But yeah, I was like, well, she probably. I'd be surprised if I wanted to know if she was, try to get off that wedding.
Do
That's
you
funny.
think if you had remembered her name, you would have got her number?
No,
Oh, okay.
but she probably would have accepted my follow on Instagram.
Probably.
And we were would I don't know, a few exchanges at least. But she seemed like she was.
Probably be married by now.
Church bells would have been ringing.
That would have been the next wedding.
I would have been the one catching the bouquet toss. Oh man.
Yeah, but she seemed like she, like thought of herself way higher. Like,
Oh.
you don't deserve my number yet.
You
You can
deserve
follow me on
peasants.
Instagram, and then it's like you
Maybe.
didn't even.
I will say some people also just don't like to give out their number.
Yeah,
Like especially just don't like to give out their number. So
yeah.
Yeah, I don't give out my number anymore.
I had an awkward
Good for you.
exchange going to Giuliano's soccer game. When me, Sam, and Dominique.
Oh,
It was with a coworker, and I didn't remember him.
You didn't remember the coworker?
No, it was an it was an intern that
Oh, okay.
didn't work there anymore, and it had been a year since I seen him. And he comes up to me, or I literally parked next to him, and we both got out of the car at the same time. And he's like, he recognized me immediately, and like I recognized him, but I was like, I didn't know where I recognized him from. And my first thought was like, after like we shook hands, my first thought was, oh, I worked with him at Spokane Discount.
Oh,
But I was wrong.
hey, how's Steve?
No, I said
What?
because I forgot what I said. Go. He said because he looked at me and he recognized me, and I kind of like gave this hesitant look. And he's like, oh, we worked together. Like he's like, we worked together. I forgot if he's like said when, and I literally said out loud, oh, Spokane Discount. But then but he didn't really say anything to that. And then like a couple of seconds later, I was like, as our conversation was continuing, I was like, oh, sorry, now I remember you. Like,
That's funny.
it was from my job now, and yeah, like
That's pretty funny.
It was so funny because
That is kind of awkward.
yeah, it was awkward for a little bit, and then we had a conversation. It was good.
Yeah.
But he was playing soccer, and then I was like, oh, I'm going. He was like, what are you doing here? Are you playing? And I was like, no, I'm going to go watch my brother. And he was like, oh, what field is he on? Cause
Oh yeah.
but
Did I play against him?
No,
Oh, fine.
he was on a completely different field.
That's
But,
funny.
that was another awkward encounter that I've had. So
Dang.
Yeah,
But-
I can't escape him.
I am kind of
The
drawn
amount
to
of-
them like
the
a
amount of
fly.
the amount of people that like at soccer events come up to me like, oh hey Giuliano, and I don't remember him.
Yeah.
It happens like way too much.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
But
But
I don't know. It's just I think people like I'm not saying like talking
you
us
are.
up. Okay, fine, I'll talk us up. Because of our names, I think that's why people remember us more so than
Oh,
we
yeah,
remember
definitely.
people for sure.
oh yeah, they don't meet very many Giuliano and Gianlucas.
Yeah. Like, you know how many like Sams I've met?
Yeah.
You know how many John Smiths I've met?
How many Johnny Appleseeds I've met? That's funny.
Yeah.
I saw this thing on Twitter, sports related. I know, I'll be quick.
Oh, sports.
But it had the 32 NFL fan bases ranked from best to worst in terms of loyalty. And then I saw another one that was...
Stadium?
No. Well, maybe these are the same. This one is most loyal fan bases. Well, they're the same list, I guess. But, yeah, I was just like, how do you rank these? Because then I read through it, and it's like, I mean, Browns are last, which makes sense. They didn't put the Commanders on here because there wasn't enough data for it or something. But, like,
funny.
I don't know. Some of these are just weird. Like,
Well, the Seahawks
how
were
do you
listed
rate
at
these?
23, at least on
23.
one list that
Yeah.
I saw. But you want to know what's weird? Is USA Today had best stadiums in the NFL,
Oh yeah.
and Seahawks were number one.
wow.
Yeah, which, like,
Yeah,
I don't think
did
we
see
deserve that.
I'm
a diehard Seahawk fan, but the best stadium. Have you
Yeah.
seen the Las Vegas Raiders stadium?
Yeah, oh, but you've been to the Minnesota
But
one.
I don't think it's just...
the Minnesota stadium was cool.
I don't think it's just like the stadium itself. I think it's like
The
the
atmosphere.
energy and the atmosphere. So it makes sense to me if that's what it's off of. But
I-
also,
I don't know. I still don't think we're number one.
Yeah.
it would be crazy to say that we're. Although I will say, leading up to the game, being around Seattle, it is pretty
Yeah.
cool.
It is sweet. Yeah,
It is pretty cool, and I do really like all that. And like, I'm not gonna say maybe we deserve top 10,
Yeah,
top 5, maybe
Yeah.
I'd
top,
say-
but number one, like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because there are some high tech stadiums out there, like the
yeah.
Dallas
we don't even
Stadium.
have a dome.
but then, well, yeah, I saw it, the Seahawks posted that or something.
Yeah.
And one comment said, put a roof on that stadium and it's easily number
oh
one.
yeah,
But I don't think they're ranking it because, like, okay, Viking Stadium is amazing, but they don't have the atmosphere I think like Seattle does.
probably not. Yeah,
And like the LA Rams or did you mention that?
Raiders.
The Raiders, but the Rams also have a
the
new
Rams have a
stadium.
yeah. So there's a lot of stadiums like that are new, but I don't think
No, atmosphere does play a big part because like
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
obviously there's gonna be no chance that there's gonna be any LA like gonna be number one because their fan bases are super bandwagony
Oh,
and
probably,
Yes.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, but their stadium is pretty cool,
Yep.
at least from the outside.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a hot take. I mean, I don't know about.
No, I
don't
kind
know
of
if we're
agree.
number one. I was
Yeah.
reading through the comments on the Seahawks page when they posted it, and all of them were like, "Oh, we deserve it. Go Hogs!" Like,
Yeah.
God bless. And I was the
God
only one.
bless.
Like, I didn't comment or anything, but I was the only one that was like, I don't know about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty fun. And like you said, like the whole fan base thing, like how
Yeah.
do you rate
How do-
that?
yeah.
It's gotta be partially like maybe fan engagement either on an account or like just out on social media, or maybe it's like how often do they sell tickets?
Yeah.
Or also travel,
Yeah.
international. I bet it's
Maybe.
it's probably a bunch of factors.
Yeah.
But
While we're talking about the Seahawks stadium, I was talking to Celine, and she said that she would like to go to a Seahawks game, or like
Nice.
I was like, ooh, we should go to Seattle, but like you probably wouldn't want to go to a Seahawks game. She was like, oh, I think that'd be really fun and stuff. So
Awesome.
Seahawks game.
maybe we'll have to get that going.
Actually, speaking of the Seahawks game, they did open a new part in the stadium, and it's the tunnel. Like there's a whole they opened up this whole new bar and stuff like that down there, so you can watch the players run out of the tunnel.
Ooh.
Oh, that's
be
pretty
like
sweet.
be down there.
Okay, now we're number one.
Yeah, so they added this whole new fan experience, and it is pretty cool. Like they added the whole bar area and like the side railing, so like you can like maybe you can high five the player. You can totally
Nice.
like interact with the players. You're
Nice.
literally like right next to them.
You could
That's
say, hey, you're gonna suck today.
Yeah, I guess if you're
I'm playing
yeah.
against you in fantasy.
Yeah.
Let's go DK.
Too good, but not too good.
yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, I mentioned to my brother, I think, about a Seahawks game, and he was like, well, my girlfriend might want to go, so maybe we can get a group. I was like,
That'd be
cool.
pretty fun, dude.
Yeah.
yeah,
A big old group.
yeah.
I say we go to try to get to Seahawks versus Browns, so we can yell at Deshaun Watson.
Stay off those women.
I have a massage parlor.
What are you doing after the game, Deshaun? Yeah, it was funny to see people take him in leagues
and then immediately get bashed. I will say every league that I was in, anytime Deshaun Watson got taken, it's like, wow, look who supports the sexual predator.
That's what it, so Brad, I think
Yeah.
Brad took him in
yeah.
our Ghosty League or whatever, and then someone commented, and they were like, take Joe Mixon and complete the team or whatever.
Well, hold on, and then Pat was on the clock, and you commented something like perv or something like that, or maybe that was something
I
else.
said perv ball.
yeah,
Yeah.
perv ball.
Yeah.
So
I think I said it to Jake though. Or no. I don't know. I'd have to read through it.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
that's okay. So my AirPods, like, there was one time where I would let Celine like hook them up to her phone or whatever, like connect them to her phone,
Uh-huh.
and ever since then, my AirPods do not think that I am the owner of my
Oh.
AirPods. It's always like it always gives me a notification. The owner of these AirPods can see where they are, and it's like I'm the owner of these AirPods.
That's so dumb.
It is. It like annoys me so much.
Yeah.
Like we've disconnected it and stuff, and like reset them and everything, and like still like Celine forgot them on her device and everything like that, and they still like don't think I'm the
Jeez.
and then it shows me like the location of my
Yeah.
AirPods, and
As
it
if
shows the
someone
red
stole
dots like tracking
Yeah.
around and stuff, and it yeah.
You might have to completely reset them and then pair them to your phone.
I think I've tried that.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll try it again.
Throw them in rice.
How
Yeah,
many versions of AirPods are there now?
I think 3.
Because
Four?
when Sam made that comment yesterday, like, oh, why are they so long? I was like, I didn't even realize that they were.
They're the first
What?
gen.
Yeah,
Who's
mine.
you have AirPods?
Yeah,
He's got the first gen, and they're like the longer
Oh, the
stem.
long ones. Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, Sam was like, "Why are those so long?"
I'm
I was like, "Cause they're the cheap
first
ones.
gens, and then everyone's like,
First
ugh.
Yeah.
But I was like, I didn't even know that there was like a difference in the length.
I have the second gen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
They're the pros that maybe.
yeah.
I'll
That's the ones I
probably
have.
get
Yeah.
those once they go on sale. I'm
I
sure
I
Yeah,
they
waited
are.
kinda-
for those because the regular ones wouldn't stay in my ear. Like I
Right,
love
yeah,
Oh, yeah, I don't
only the
like-
right one stays in my ear.
I don't like the kind that don't have the little squishy
Yeah.
thing. I don't
Yeah.
like those.
Yep.
Yeah,
But
the left
I'm
one.
falling off the Bluetooth trend.
Why?
Because I'm jumping on the jumping on the train of like the Wi-Fi and like Bluetooth, or not Bluetooth, but like all these devices are not giving you cancer, but like that
Oh.
whole train of like if you have your AirPods in, then it's like like sending signals through your head and stuff, and like people get headaches and stuff.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Oh, 100% I
dude,
do.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I get headaches too if I wear my AirPods for too long and
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh
so.
no, I don't wear mine very long or very often. But I did recognize that when I was like wearing them. Although I will say at Smoking Discount, I would wear them like pretty much all day.
Oh, yeah.
I never got one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I wore mine all the time at my warehouse job, and I never. got
I
that
think if you
headaches.
work like a physical job, then you really don't.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know.
But I see what
anyway,
you're saying.
If you work a more mentally demanding job, maybe it's worse.
Yes, because
Maybe.
I'm already staring at a computer.
Yeah.
But I know what you're saying, because like anytime I like put my AirPods, like if I put them down like right near my criteria. Like if I'm sitting down, like I don't want to put it in my pocket or something.
Oh
Or,
yeah,
like, my
I
phone.
think that's the thing too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like don't want to ruin my.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was listening to this podcast, and this lady was like way like overboard than I like.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I
she
can
was saying
imagine.
some stuff or whatever, and I was like, I don't know about that. She
Yeah.
literally was like, you can buy clothing that reflects the signal off. And she was like, but it might not be great because then it'll bounce off and hit your head or go up your nose or like sit in a corner of a room and like pool up. And I was like, I don't know.
I don't think that's how that works. It's just like
Yeah.
you just come home and you see a big ball of like some like you can kind of see it like
Yeah.
distorting.
Ooh, just glitching out. Yeah, but I was like, okay, I'm not that bad or
Yeah.
whatever, but
But the headache thing is very reasonable.
And I do think that like I don't know, Wi-Fi and all that, like it's worse than we think. But
Yeah.
How much
I don't
we
know.
can do really? Because
well,
yeah.
we can do stuff.
Do you want to?
Nothing we
So,
can
yeah.
do.
No.
Anyway,
One more thing from the Colorado trip that we were really egging on in the last day was the fall.
Oh yeah, that's one of his songs. It was the first song, and that he released from the new album, and we just kept saying that.
Which is-
Oh, and there was another lyric from
Yeah.
that, and it was like, and it goes like, "Brothers and sisters, bitchin'."
Yeah, it's got this. Well, yeah, I think it's that same song. He like sings really low in, and I was talking about how much I didn't like that. Like
that's funny.
it starts and he's like "Abra bones, abra blaz," and so I was just doing that like the whole last day, and then we were running around constantly just saying the fall,
Ow.
and it was
pretty
like pissing off Jeannie.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah,
So we kept saying,
That's pretty
we kept. Here, let me play the other part.
yeah.
Blood is thick, brothers and sisters, bitches.
We kept like singing that, and it was pretty funny. So
Yeah.
Nice.
that'll be something I remember from the trip.
Yeah,
for
Jeannie,
sure.
your Aunt Jeannie was like, "You're gonna ruin that song for me."
I'm like, well, I think we kind of already did. We were like, we were walking up the Bishop's Tower, and I kept
Yeah.
saying the fall.
Yeah.
The fall.
That's
So-
when it was really funny.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
So,
Makes sense.
anyway, what are we at for time?
We are at an hour 20. Something.
Dang.
Celine made the best dinner tonight. Tonight.
What you make?
She made like this chicken with like some seasonings that we got from France,
Ooh.
and then like heavy whipping cream for some type of sauce
Cream.
with some garlic and cherry tomatoes.
Wow,
It was phenomenal. Anyway,
Jeez.
that's all I had to say.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I have not eaten anything today. I think
Well,
I had tea in the morning, and then I came home and slept for 7 hours, and I haven't eaten anything. So I'll probably make dinner.
go eat that fly that's in your bed.
Oh,
Left it in Colorado.
yummy, yummy.
Yeah, that's. I don't know how you're alive right now.
I know. Well, I might call out sick tomorrow too.
Dang.
Because I don't want to push it. I was telling the guy I was working with, I was like, yeah, I might go home early. And I was like, I don't want to, like, just kind of fall through these last 3 days of the week, like, and not get better.
Mm-hmm.
And then Saturday, I have to drive, like, almost to Pullman to second shoot a wedding.
Oh wow.
So I'm really not looking forward to that. I, like, need to be better by then, or else that's going to suck.
definitely.
So, and then if I go out of town next week, I kind of think I will, because I haven't been out of town, like, 2 or 3 weeks. But I'm like, I need to get better, you
Yeah.
know. And he
Stop
was
being
like,
sick.
yeah, my boss was like, don't feel bad, you know, like we have extra help now because his daughter's working for us too.
Oh, nice.
So he was like, you know, get better, whatever. And it was already like, I worked 3 hours this morning, and I was like, I was kind of making mistakes.
Oh yeah.
She's like, not 100%. I was like, I can't keep going.
yeah,
This is gonna be good.
that's
Mhm.
fair.
So yeah, it was a trip. It was just like not enough sleep.
Not asleep, sick kids.
Yeah. Who was sick? I didn't know.
Toby.
Oh.
Toby was he
Toby
kind of
was
was.
right,
Toby was
yeah.
a little bit, but like they just cough a lot, or
Yeah.
like, you know.
Yeah, and just like the
Anytime I
stress
hear
of a
about them-
vacation. Like people always get sick when they come back from vacation, I've heard. And so I think that's like it just caught up to me finally, you know.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I've been waiting to see, like, I know I'm gonna get sick soon, so I've just been waiting for it to happen.
Mm.
mm-hmm.
So not
Well, we'll
surprised
get
or
out of
anything.
your hair.
We'll get out of here
What day do you leave tomorrow? Or
tomorrow.
I know I have plumbing class tomorrow from like 5 p.m. to 9 p.m.
oh, so you're gonna miss the football game tomorrow.
Yeah, dude, it's
Tough.
stinky.
It is
Uh,
fucking stinky.
I leave Friday morning, probably
Gotcha.
like 7 a.m.
And then you'll be back for the games on Sunday.
Sunday afternoon, probably.
Yeah.
Seahawks an afternoon game.
Seahawks are 125.
I might have to.
believe football's back.
I might have to get some. What's the cheapest NFL plan I can get?
Well, technically, it probably would be the NFL Plus.
What, $40?
It's $15 a month, I think.
How much is that?
Actually,
A
I
year. How much
So-
is that? 10 years.
Probably 4 months. September,
I think
October,
I ha-
November, December, January. 5
yeah.
months?
So hold on one
February?
sec. I screenshotted it. I think I still have it on my phone.
That's not bad.
The plan. Oh, right here I do. Okay, so if you get NFL Plus Premium, which would probably be better to get, you would be able to get everything that is on the NFL Plus part, which is you only get the live local and primetime regular and postseason games. You can watch them on your TV, PC, phone, and tablet. You get the NFL Network, live game audio, NFL films, and more on-demand content, all ad free. That's $7 a month.
Oh.
Or you can get the NFL Plus Premium, which is NFL Network plus the NFL Red Zone NFL Red Zone. So
Is that cheap?
I
thought it was like $300.
and that's $15 a month.
Dang.
But
Is that like all the games?
no, well, that's Red Zone. So it's Red Zone's like all the games, but in the sense of like you get to only watch the games that are like when the teams are in the red zone or approaching the red zone, and you don't get any control of which ones you watch.
Oh yeah.
Where what I have is Sunday Ticket, so I get with Red Zone, so I can do Red Zone and I can pick whatever game that's aired out of market. Where you would only get the in market games. So it'd be basically if you're watching.
How much is that?
That's $15 a month. But
We
it does,
probably
how
don't need
much
to
is-
keep talking about this on the podcast, right?
No, they need to know. Just kidding. No, we can end it.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about this later.
Okay.
all right. No, this would be stuff we would talk about at the lunch table for sure.
Yeah. We've talked enough sports, I think.
Anyway,
And the guy's coming to get the camera battery soon.
okay.
So.
All right. Well, until next time at Tattle.
Happy Labor Day.
Happy-
And happy
Yeah.
football season.
All right.
But
Bye.
this week, Seahawks will be 5-0 by the time this comes out. All right, see you guys.
See you, bye.